Hi friends, this is Dainty Tank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Heaven Will Be Mine. This is part 6 in our series. Beep. Poke Totoro in the upper iCard area. See the other plays as we go through. We are at the end of our first run with Saturn. And we actually had a recommendation from Color Sorceress to go down the Celestial Mechanics route. Definitely excited to go down that route. See what happens on that one. Because we've been following Saturn. We now know that, Iapetus is a big part of this, and that they absolutely hated Iapetus. But Celestial Mechanics is all about destroying the gravity well, separating themselves from humanity, and just becoming a different being altogether. That being said, let's jump into things and see how this goes. If you remember, last time, we have this amazing save right here, in which we are presented with all three options, because we somehow managed to, balance everyone. It was complete happenstance, but then, the last two missions, it was like, oh my god, we are so close to actually, balancing the world. Let's go and do Celestial Mechanics first. Opening futures. Iapetus. Well then. We actually get to hear from Iapetus. I am quite impressed. You don't even sound surprised with how much I fucked everything up. I thought I'd get to see you surprised for once. If you had this much faith in me, you shouldn't have got so mad. I wouldn't be respecting you very much if I wasn't prepared with contingency plans. But I'm delighted to not need them. I thought so. I used to think you knew everything. No. Good to see you're understanding the fallibility of your superiors. Now I understand it's because you just don't have any experience not getting what you want. And you always are sure deep down it'll turn out for you. You wound me. I'm no stranger to not getting what I want. The world would be a very different place if I did. No, Iapetus. Not even close. You never even come close to not getting what you want, like I have. Forgive me then. If you put it like that, I'm certainly much closer than you. But that's the reason for this arrangement, of course. You will all get the bodies you wanted so much. And Earth will have the villain it desires. Ah, so you are that clever. What of it? I'm still a mutually beneficial scenario. You and humanity will be so different from each other that you could not possibly understand or communicate with each other. Both sides can fight each other with abandon until the end of time, and never hurt those they love. You will have yours, and we will have ours. If you have the will to abandon your humanity, then abandoning the rest of the human race, who never cared for you in the slightest, should be trivial. You don't know how relieved that makes me to hear. You really don't understand. Whether it's spite or love. No way, I'm not sharing this gift. The fleets crash. Ship self against ship self. In the shadow of the gravity well, none of it is visible from Earth. A quiet conflict. Not a war, as has been stressed. It's more like a very pointed argument. It could be a conversation if only they understood each other. Sometimes they do. Could be kissing if they loved each other. And sometimes they do. With the gravity well open, unrestrained, they fight weightlessly, under the full weight of their own gravity alone. A truer way to fight than anyone has experienced before. To fight with one's own self. and the full weight of one's gravity, and the hollow weight of the inverse, is the only time this will be possible. Our true power, unrestrained. Celestial mechanics simply takes advantage when no one else is looking. Celestial mechanics made no plans to win. After all, there's no way to win in this sort of conflict. The winner only has to prove a point. The way that celestial mechanics accomplish this is simple, true to themselves, without the weight of gravity tying them to Earth, tying them to orbit, holding them in their human forms. What happens next is a natural result, and that's what proves their point. It isn't immediately clear anything is wrong. It happens naturally, as a consequence of truly unrestrained conflict, each one climbing to the top, seeing how far their limits are, and realizing, suddenly, there aren't any. When the first pilot sends her reactor's limits past the theoretically possible range, her reactor everts, and what only existed deep inside is now the face she wears. A perfect, unbelievably true self. So true that it cannot exist even in orbit. Until she's joined by another, and another. In unison, their gravity holds them together. Oh, Iapetus! Oh, there's a pixelated face there. Good job, Saturn. It's exactly how I imagined. Not having second thoughts, are you? It's everything you wanted. And it would be good for Earth after all. Your infection of the gravity well was perfect. And you will successfully fuse with your strip self, just like you wanted. It's for our happiness too, of course. Humans will get to live as humans, aliens as aliens. As enemies mutually agreed upon, with no possibility of communication or reconciliation. No conflict or guilt. On our own sides. Humanity shouldn't externalize all of their problems, but I think we can still manage progression with most of them. And with your hands already sunk into the gravity well, I should tell you, it's technically too late. Things will take care of themselves from here. And thanks to your actions, I've had more than enough time to prepare for re-entry. I knew it would be that easy for you to ditch us. Not so. I still find you all so fascinating. Leading such beautiful lives. I have regrets, of course. But I have a real world to get back to. I'm not having regrets yet, either. I am only mad about how much you're underestimating me. Because you think I'm satisfied only getting what I want. And not greedy enough for more. Whoa! Saturn breaks open her something. Oh, the immersion starts immediately. She can feel the gravity well pulling her inside out. It's secret within humans to be pulled to the fore. She needs it, but not just yet. I wonder what it is you think you could do at this point. I've already conceded. You've already conceded. Unless you're hoping for some reconciliation between humanity and the alien. That is by definition impossible. It must not be too impossible, or you wouldn't be training all your weapons on me. Oh well, I'm impressed, because I finally had no idea what it is you were doing. But just because I don't understand doesn't mean I'm not going to prevent it. You have no understanding of what the violence of actual combat is like under Earth's authority. Whoa! Iapetus's Ranvo Terra is equipped with certain features that allow it to divide and categorize its abstract ability with a lot of applications sophisticated and sinister, and the warrant of Earth itself behind it. Interesting. So Lunaterra figures the best solution is to just shoot him. A lot. No! It's honestly a very good solution. Oh my god! Yeah! Oh my god, so it does have all three of them in this battle. Yeah! I love this. Iapetus buckles, and whatever thing he thought he was doing, he isn't. Easy. That's because the hard part is coming next. Promise. You say that now. But thanks for going along, even though I didn't tell you anything. I know how to make the best of a bad ending. Hey, it's not anything worse than whatever you had planned, probably. So help me make it the best bad end we can find. Pay attention, or die. Woohoo! The intent is lethal and simple, but the weight is not heavy enough to kill. The string of pearls tears a hot pink scar through space-time. His bullets can go there. If you can come close enough to talk to me, you can come close enough to kill me. But I don't want either. I want to never see or know you throughout space and time. Indeed. So complete the transition. If you remain human, you'll die. I can ensure it. The autonomous military units come to his aid, but their sensors are off. Their movements are slow. Human gravity is losing its authority here, and their tools are useless. I could seriously really use a little bit of help here. Well, if you're actually asking. Oh, I love you, Pluto. Pluto unfolds the rhythm. She decodes the sequence. Plates shift, engines hum, her eyes open. Oh. So she opens up her eye, her other biggest eye, big enough to swallow it whole, and then she blinks and swallows. She's got hungry eyes. Pluto's hands hold Saturn's tightly. I thought you'd promise me no bad endings. That's what I'm trying! It might really be working. This actually feels too good. I really know what you mean now. Do you have an answer? I'm sort of counting on you for it. You think I know how to find the good future in all this? Well, you're a good person. I needed to be the one not just thinking just about us, but the humans left behind too. You think you wouldn't? I think you think too much of me and too little of yourself. Iapetus has an answer. This story ends when the weapon that is designed without exception to kill does so, and forces a choice between one of two sides, human or alien, two distinct and incompatible worlds. The mathematical model needs to be perfect. It needs to allow for exchanges of matter, light, and information without allowing for understanding or communication. This is an extremely easy calculation to create. It's the oldest narrative there is. It's the one that Earth has told again and again and again. Iapetus has an extensive library to draw from, starting from the first moment humans separated light from dark. There's a way. And fuck off with this. We don't want it. Simon throws the narration out. Why should it work like that? Why not make up something different? Who says physics works this way? Who says the calculations turn out that way? Who? Iapetus wants us to take the fall. For everyone. For the Earth. For us to scapegoat each other. I hate that. If our cores collapse, a world where anything is possible arises, and at the same time, we will have closed off all the possibilities that make us human. The existential threat we always feared and hoped to unite us will be real, and they will finally have a real war. I want all of that, but just want to add a tiny bit extra to it. Iapetus wants to reduce the only information it will be possible to exchange between us to violence. But you want something different to be exchanged. so that we can't hurt each other, but that we can something else with each other. It will have to be very small and very imprecise. At least it'll be something different, you know? There's no chance of going back to being human. No chance. Although, we don't even remember what being human is, so it's pretty low, I guess. That's good enough for me. Let's hope it's good enough for us all. There's no limit to how big we can get. Size is a funny dream. It's relative. It doesn't have to matter anymore. It can be set, like any other variable, as the gravity well draws matter towards it. And even light, it emits a not energy, a not light, that can perfectly make up a body just as well as all that. Big enough to be equal to the Earth, big and close enough to compete with the moon, to anchor in space and time, equal diversion between us, to be a new and separate world. The autonomous units are single vectors, prepared for human violence, and we can't be cheated like that anymore. Only sad humans can have their gravitational impression in the universe terminated by the extinguishing of their bodies. They'll have to fight us on our terms if they want to get rid of us now. The way humans should fight, with no fear of ending. The consequences will be unimaginable. We aren't going to have selves or conscious like we're used to having. That's what it means to give up humanity. We won't know who we are, and we might not understand or grasp each other anymore. That's true. We might not know how true that is. It's so true. The final mystery of what is human, what is alien, even ever shifting. For all ground reclaimed by humans lost to them. Humans have a lot. We'd only be able to imagine what it was like to be them. Hey, it's not all bad though. Don't overestimate the human race. Do the math. If we lose how humans love each other, do you think there's ways to love each other that humans don't know yet? That's great. Do they really know every way there is to touch and know each other? Or is there still much more to learn too? Maybe we're only scratching the surface. There are many, many routes. We won't understand each other in the same ways, but we'll understand each other in ways we never could. And we will now write a new story with our gravity. A new world. As we leave the level existence, he insists on engaging us at our tides push back, and Earth's tides, which no longer bind us, insist on him. What are you doing, hypocrite? You want to fight in the realm of heaven? Your place is on Earth. That's only to wonder at now. The story's ending twists. We are far away, another space and time. Watch us in the sky, but never touch. Until you find your answer on Earth, you'll never touch heaven. Oh my god, I love that. I love that. You know, no matter how bad you are at being human, there's no other way to be. It's really disappointing, but simply true. We just can't think in any other terms. You could say you want to not be human, but can you actually make it happen? Forget even how to logistically, technically, and philosophically make it happen. How do you blueprint it in the first place? Every time we try to imagine an alien, in the end, it's just ourselves from a different angle. Because all we have are human things. So the ambition to assemble them in an order that's alien to us is kind of inherently doomed. That doesn't mean it's useless. Imagining that which is human, that humans are not. When I say I don't want to be human, what I really mean is, I can't stand being human like this. Emphasis on the like this. What I want instead is to be human like that. That was the beginning of the space dream. Everyone in the Memorial Foundation felt that way when they sent us here. And everyone on Earth who believed in us felt the same way. Let's be more human. How much more human can we be? That faith waned. Maybe because they were jealous. Yet, maybe also because the direction we were taking the future wasn't enough. Just another human that they didn't want to be. Or a sort of human that they're scared of being. I don't owe them anything, but there's one more thing I can't stand. Not being seen for what I am. So choose to come with us, or choose to stay. But I won't be happy without them knowing that they're missing out on. Look up to the sky and see all the weird stuff we get to do with each other. Come join. Reactor collapse. Eversion event. The impulse, always deep and always lurking, to turn inside out. Everything has reversed. Nothing is the same. Giving up everything that isn't real for everything that is. So now, they can't touch each other, can't lie in bed with each other, can't get legs entangled with each other. Okay. Instead, they have ways of physically interacting that aren't like anything we can imagine. Clouds of particles drift into each other. Maybe they touch through each other instead of just on the surface. It can be in a cold and gentle way, like through a ghost. Or maybe a warm and gross way, like reaching into guts. Ew. Smiles communicated in physical light, in the embrace of psychedelic mind matter. Lazy sex in the morning bed, except the bed is curvature of space-time. Sex is something so obscure it can make your mind implode to consider it. Okay. Deeply philosophical sex, got it. The ship cell fused to the hide, the gravity reactor to the flesh. Because humans have sciences to distinguish the differences between those things, these new aliens don't. They won't have arts or sciences. They won't know what differences are. And they won't know what they mean. But they will understand the difference between many other kinds of things that we do not understand. Real Hero would have turned out differently, but that's not who we are. Our ships have mouths now, and they open, and they can scream. There can be sound in space. Oh, no, hold on. Data log, sorry about that. Come on. Sorry about this. There can be sound in space. Now our vibrations can touch the things that aren't there. Humans know it's time to flee. The threat from within is now without, as they desired. The moon is no longer hospitable, as alien and mysterious as it was long before it was possible to reach it. Can't speak or write. Has other ways of communicating information. Can't hold the old senses. Has new organs for it now. Can't love in the old ways. There's new ways of having that too. Okay. Laying together in the stars, we can do that, though. The metaphor translates. That's what this is. Indisputably. And everyone is invited who wants to become a world and never touch Earth. That's a different world now. Their strange intimacy can touch us even now, longing to teach us and tell us what they've learned, what they share laughing without laughing with each other even now. They are so far away they cannot even be our enemies, but they will break our hearts. It's a lovely night out tonight, perfectly not for stargazing because the light of the trinary system outshines them by far. It's a perfect night to watch the three of them. Look, there's Lunaterra, the 2-in-1, rising almost full. Interesting. She almost outshines the moon, a bridge across between the Earth and the moon no one can cross. The nebula cloud of Pluto is shimmering benevolent mystery, swallowing an eighth of the sky in a permanent shade of twilight. Oh, wow. And the glittering twinkle of Saturn that tricks the edge of your sight this way and that, always seeming to be in the corner of your eye, but hard to see directly, making the boundaries of your heart and mind ever so thin. Wow. Take that image. We lay out our blankets and watch until someone catches us, and we run. But it's all fun and games until that day comes. They're waiting for us always. They just need one or three to reach out to them again, even if it's just for gyps to fight, to touch them once again. Wow. Take that screenshot. See that? Okay, the new planets. Necklace of Storms. Wow. Okay. AVB. Good job, team. Oh my god. This was so cool. It's so philosophical. There's so much story in this game. Oh my god. Oh my god. And of course, thank you. Oh, thank you. You the boss. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have so many feelings. Okay. So we've got the other two endings there that are just waiting for us, which is Lunaterra and Pluto's. I think I'm going to separate those out into their own videos, so that way you can watch them on your own time. So sorry to break it up a little bit different, but it's because it's bigger endings, and they are a lot to read. So thank you for understanding. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts on all of that. Apparently they became planets. So cool. Got a recommendation to go through and play the other two routes. I will do that after the ending, so keep tuned. We're gonna do more of this. There's a whole universe of characters we haven't even met yet, and I can't wait. I love you all, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!